Well, I don't know about y'all, but I have definitely kept the U.S. Post Office hopping lately, both with packages I've been sending out and with Hot Wheels cars that I've been getting in the mail. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I've got over the past few days. I have ordered some things straight from Mattel, which is what we're going to look at first. And then after we get through those, we're going to look at some of the Whatnot orders that I've got here lately. We'll have links in the description for both Mattel Creations and Whatnot. Be sure to check those out if you're interested in either one. Starting out with this Mutt Cuts van from the new Pop Culture set. This is obviously from the Dumb and Dumber movie. If you know, you know. If you don't, you probably wish you hadn't known. I don't know. Either way, I thought this was a very interesting casting. Definitely not something that they do all the time. Pretty sure they used a different casting for this, like maybe a Dodge van or something. A lot of you out there may know off the top of your heads. I just can't remember. But the casting is officially called the Mutt Cuts van. Looks pretty cool here. It is not flocked, which a lot of people I think wish that it had some type of felt or something on it. But overall, a really well done casting. You kind of see some bleed through on the paint there. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I think it kind of adds depth and texture to the paint. So you kind of get the look that they were going for there, I believe. Now, just a word about this. You don't have to be an RLC member to buy cars like this from Mattel Creations. There's some on there that you do, but most of these that are available in the stores, you can just go on there and order as long as they're available. And somebody had posted on Facebook that the, I think it's R34 from this set was available on there. By the time I went and looked, it was already sold out, but most of the other stuff from this set was available, as well as a couple of 2-packs. Now, 2-packs are hard to get for me because my nearest Target is like an hour, actually a little over an hour away. So anytime I can get these for a decent price, it is great. On Mattel Creations, I actually got these for less than retail. And the price on these carded items are actually usually pretty good too. There are some things on there that are a little overpriced, but you can kind of tell that if you've been seeing them in stores. Either way, it's a good chance to get some deals, so be sure to check that out. We have the 87 Ford Sierra Cosworth and the 93 Ford Escort RS Cosworth. I am a sucker for old Ford rally cars, so this one's right up my alley. Really enjoy the shell livery on this one. Just a really cool car overall. I know these have been done a little bit and you can get them from different manufacturers, but at the end of the day, I'm a Hot Wheels fan, and this is just a really cool setup. I really enjoy these 2-packs. When they're good, they're good. And this one to me is really good. Now you can see on the back here the other ones in this set. The Mazda set was actually sold out already on the Creations website as well. Big surprise. JDM tends to go fast. But they did have this other set that we'll go ahead and look at. And this one I think is super nice too. This one might be one that gets slept on, but it's an 05 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. And we've had a few different versions of this casting, you know, come out in quick succession. But I really like the deco on this. That black rhino, kind of that topo map. I think this is just really well done. Out of all of these that we've had, this one is by far my favorite. I really like it. And I'm also a fan of this Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. And I think Matchbox is actually coming out with one of these in moving parts soon. But I think the deco on this is really cool as well. I think these are just two really well done castings. Definitely look kind of like an Overland or a, almost like a Discovery Channel setup. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not super familiar with the Black Rhino company. But I love this livery that they're doing here. Just two really well done castings. To be honest with you, I kind of wish I'd have picked another one of these up, and I might do that if I get a chance. Now, moving on to that, I'm going to break into my Whatnot orders just a little bit. I will go ahead and put a couple of names up on the screen. The two orders I'm going to show you today, one came from King's Collective, and the other one from Megatron's Rides. There are a lot of really good sellers on Whatnot, y'all, but these just happen to be where these two orders came from. This one, we're going to start out with the King's Collective orders that I had. Just so happened the day after I got those other two packs in this set, see right there, that I saw this on the King's Collective show and got a great deal on these. Really nice version of that Miata. Love the paint. Love the red accents on the interior. Just really clean, well done casting. The Mazda RX-7 FC Pandem, the Rocket Bunny casting, I think we've had this one before, maybe in Ronan's Run or something. Probably should have looked at that before I started the video. It's a really cool version of this casting as well. Not something I probably would have picked up just in and of itself. I'm a Miata fan, but regardless of where we've had them, two really well done castings. Super happy to pick that up. Probably the first full set of 2-packs in a while that I've been interested in picking up. So definitely glad to be able to snag those. Now, a couple of other things that I got from King's Collective. Just happened to see on there this Porsche 914-6. This is, of course, the chase car from the Silver Series Porsche set. I think they're all on here. Most of us, if you're like me, you've seen all these other cars available. Some have been fortunate enough to get the chase. I have not seen any Silver Series chases yet. But I wanted to. It was a good opportunity. I got a good deal on it. I already had shipping, I think. Actually, I may pick this one up first. But either way, if you know how Whatnot works, you kind of get where I'm going with that. I have to say, I didn't expect much from this casting. I like the car okay. I've had it in Matchbox, I think. But I'm not just a super huge fan of this car, really. I don't know a lot about it in real life. But this casting is just super well done. I really like this. Interesting car to be a chase, but I'm here for it, The chases are what they are. They're here whether you like them or not. But I think as far as chase car goes, this one's pretty cool. And to be honest with you, Porsche fans, you can kind of chime in here. I know some of you out there, we've talked about it before, you're a fan of the 914. I think it was a good pick for the chase, though, because I think a lot of these other cars people are a little bit bigger fans of. This one's a little less well-known. So it kind of stinks that it's numbered 6 of 6, or that it's a 6-car set. But at least if you don't find the chase and you want to collect the other 5, there's that. I think we could talk till we're blue in the face about the chase stuff. Everybody has their opinions. But I think this was an okay choice for it. For the diehard Porsche collector, it's definitely one that you want. And for kind of more normie collectors, or whatever you want to say, it's not one that you're just really hardcore going to miss, I think. Now, I will say, like for me personally, them having the chase car, just completely, I think the only thing I got was the 944. Whereas if I had been able to find the chase and a full set together, I probably would have bought all of these at one time. Now, am I going to go back and do that? Probably not. It's an okay set, but I don't know that I like it that much. We'll see. If I see them kind of hanging around still and I can get all of them, I might. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure I'm going to keep this one. I do like it, but it's a hard to find car, and I'm kind of rethinking my collection and how I display stuff, so I may end up getting rid of it. To be determined. I don't know. Maybe I'll trade. Maybe I'll see if I can do a partial trade on one of those Camaros from the vintage racing set, right? But either way, I got a good deal on this. Was super happy to get it, so thank you, King's Collective. And the last thing I got from there was also a pretty good deal on this Monster Truck Treasure Hunt Mrs. Bigfoot. I already had one of these, but to be honest with you, the price was right. I just couldn't really pass it up, especially since I already had the shipping going on there on Whatnot. So definitely happy to pick that up. I'll say I'm happy to recommend these sellers because I got good deals and because their shipping was really well done. Everything came nice and protected. Getting into my shipment from Megatron Rides, not quite as flashy stuff. Megatron usually kind of specializes a little bit more in his trucks. I know he's a big fan of the 62 Chevys, and he usually has some 83 Silverado stuff, so be sure to check him out for that. He has a variety of other things too, as you'll be able to see here. But, this is a car that I had looked at a while back and just never pulled the trigger on. Got it from a pretty good deal from Megatron there. This is the '08 Tesla Roadster, the one that commemorates the one that was launched into space. Has some pretty cool stuff on the back of the card here. So definitely happy to be able to pick that one up. Just a neat little kind of novelty piece. Also had a Volkswagen Beetle. This is the Herbie Love Bug edition. Another one that I've seen a lot of different places and just really wasn't happy with the price. But I got a good deal on here. Plus, again, I already had some shipping discount going for my first purchase. So definitely happy to pick that one up as well. That one's pretty cool. And I won a giveaway from Megatron for this cool combi, the Moon Eyes Cool Combi. Always good when you can get a free Hot Wheels, right? Definitely happy to pick that one up as well. So be sure to check those guys out, and be sure to check us out on there as well. I typically try to sell every Thursday at least around 11 p.m. Eastern. So you can find that if you just go to Whatnot and follow me. You'll not only see when my shows start, but you'll probably see me watching some of these other guys too. Now, moving back to Mattel for just a second, the first items we looked at, you did not have to be an RLC member to get, but I have also got a couple of RLC deliveries here recently. The pink Mustang, I'm going to call it party car. I can't remember if it's actually a party car or not, but the Mustang Cobra R, really, I was kind of on the fence about this, just to be honest with you. I really like Mustangs. I like the Cobra casting. I think it's well done. I just wasn't sure on this one, but it looked good enough that I thought, you know what, I'll get it. If I don't want to do something with it, then I'll just use it for trade. I think this is really well done. This paint looks a lot better than some of the other pink paint we've had, I think. And the camera might not pick it up too good, but you can see how much variation it has depending on how the light hits it. I think that's really cool. You can see we got pink staying on the back. Just the details on this are really well done. Not some of the casting and paint errors that you can see with some other things. White interior looks really good, and excellent wheel choice here. I really like this. I think this color wheel goes really good against this. Better than like a white wheel for most things. So card art looks nice. Of course, we got the pink card. You know, if you know me, you know that I don't really particularly care for carded RLC. To each their own. I know a lot of people do. I do like that they at least put this window in the back so you can see both sides of the car. My thing with cards is a lot of times I don't like opening stuff, especially if I'm paying, you know, like 25, 30 bucks for it. I kind of like to keep it in the package if I can, or at least have something that I can put it back into. So at least this gives you some option with that. Everybody kind of has their own opinion. That's just my preference. At least it does come in a nice card where you can see the front and back, and comes with a protector. And the last one that we have for this show is the Pagani, oh Lord. You know, I used to be able to say this. Pagani Huayra, whatever. Somebody say it for me in the chat, or in the comments. Huayra, Lord, R. 21 Pagani. I might not be able to say it, and that's unfortunate because, oh, this is one sweet car. A lot of people give Hot Wheels and the RLC a hard time because of like the lack of detail. And by the way, this is my preferred way to get my RLC cars. Some people don't like it. I get it, but I like it. I think it's makes for great display. It gives you options. I can take it out if I want to and put it back, which kind of has its own thing because people can try to maybe scam you, I guess. But you know, if the box has been taped back up, it is what it is. Either way, super nice detailed casting here. This one, I think, a lot of people expected this one to go better than it did. Like, you know, I think sell out or just be more popular. And I kind of get why it wasn't, because, you know, this just isn't like a standard JDM car or something that's just super popular. It definitely has a cult following. You know, if you're into this type of car, you definitely know what it is. But if you do like the Paganis, man, look at that. Super well done. I think, now, you know, some people might disagree with this. A lot of times people, when you talk about RLC castings, they start talking about Mini GT, Kaito House, other brands that for the same price or a little bit less money, you're getting a more detailed car or a better casting. And a lot of times I can kind of agree with that. You don't have the Hot Wheels brand, which is what a lot of people are actually looking for. But those are really great brands, and I enjoy them and hope to get more of them. This is one of those castings where I can honestly say that, at least at first glance, I think this one's right on par with it. You have a lot of detail. The paint looks really nice. It doesn't seem, I'm not seeing a lot of casting errors. There's nice fitment on this hood. Quite a bit of detail under here. Some of it my camera ain't even picking up. So overall, this is a really well done casting. And if this is the type of car that you're interested in, you know, as of the recording of this video, this may even still be available on the Creations website. So you might want to check that out. If this was my first order from the RLC, I would be super happy with it. And if they're not available, you can probably still pick these up on the secondary market for a decent price. So I wouldn't hesitate to buy it. You know, if there's other competitors out there, that's not something I'm super aware of. So that may be something you want to consider, but overall, I wouldn't hesitate to buy this again. And to be honest with you, like if I was really into this car, I would definitely pay more money for it. I would pay the secondary market prices. So, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoyed this mail call, we're going to have another one coming up pretty soon, so be sure to stay tuned for that. In the meantime, check out these other videos up here for more diecast goodness. Hope y'all are having a good week and as much luck as I am finding things. And as always, happy hunting, y'all.